Okay, so before this video begins, I just want to preface by saying that that was my reaction immediately after reading the book, so might be a little bit passionate, to say the least. Go ahead and flame me in the comments if you think I'm some kind of trash casual, which I am. But nonetheless, I hope you enjoy my first reaction to finishing the book. So yeah, enjoy the video. I just got done reading this book, White Nights by Fyodor Dostoyevsky, and I am outraged. Okay, for some context, I went into reading this book. Only thing I knew, I watched some video on good literature books, classics to start on, to begin reading these type of things, you know? So this is the first book I've ever read of, you know, Penguin classics, or whatever you want to call that genre of books. And all I knew about this was it was a romance book, so I was like, okay, yeah, sure, why not? Short book, romance book, let's go ahead and read it. I'm reading this, I feel like I've just wasted my whole day reading this shit, bro. I swear. First of all, this guy, okay, forgive me if my takes are kind of casual or whatever, but I'm just gonna tell you what I think. It's my first book, I'm a casual, whatever, so be it. So I'm reading this book, and okay, the first few pages are kind of hard to get through. It's kind of hard to immerse myself in that whole thing because I'm not used to this style of writing, right? And this thing is written in like, I mean, Dostoyevsky was alive in like what, the 1800s? So style of writing is really weird. The whole time I'm just reading the dialogue and thinking to myself, no one really talks like this, right? But anyways, I get somewhat like halfway through the book. Once it gets to the third night, then it gets somewhat engaging. Pretty engaging, actually. So I'm reading, and I'm flipping every page with more and more anticipation. And I read the thing, and I think it gets to a happy ending. And no! This gets cocked! Oh my god! I'm reading the thing. Okay, first few pages, in my head, right, I'm thinking, wow, this guy's a complete incel, bro. What is going on? Like, I'm reading the dialogue of him in his first meeting with the girl. The dialogue of him with Nastenka. And I'm like, who talks like this? He goes on this whole tangent, like the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Like, I swear to God, if I've seen someone talk like this in real life, I'm just leaving, bro. Like, but anyways, he writes this whole dialogue, and apparently Nastenka looks at him with like compassion in her eyes. Like, she's really feeling it, and I'm like, what is wrong with these people? And somehow she's talking about she fell in love with him or something after meeting with him twice. Maybe that's just how things were back in the day, huh? Yeah, so she gets her heart broken, blah blah blah. This main character, I don't even think he has a name. I don't think it was mentioned that whether he has a name or not. This guy's an incel. He's talking about, my dreams are so great, better than reality. And Nastenka turns out to be a minor, and she's getting married to some... Okay, but to be fair, that's how things were back in the day, so, you know, I can let that part go. Hey guys, editing season here. I do not condone underage marriage, just to clarify, but you know what I mean. Okay, on with the video. But yeah, anyways, so this guy, this main character guy, sees her in love with another man for 1 whole year, and then he still goes for it, and when she's heartbroken, she tries to comfort him. And in my head, I'm already thinking, yo, I ain't gonna lie, if that was me, I'm not trying to go for that. That's too many issues. She's not over her ex. You know, you don't go for that. That's a red flag. You don't be going for that. And he goes for it. And guess what happens to him? He gets cocked. I swear, I invested like 2 hours into this book. At the end, spoiler alert. I mean, this whole thing's whole thing's a spoiler alert. But basically, he's with her, walking down, and this guy Dostoyevsky like describes a super romantic, nice walk down the embankment of the river or whatever, and they're walking down, laughing, sharing tears, sharing cries, talking for hours, and finally they're like, walk me home please, blah blah blah. The cuck is like, the incel is like, oh yeah, sure, I'll walk you down. So they walk down the river, whatever, all that, and he finally walks her back home. She's about to get home, and she sees the dude that she was waiting for 1 year, that she supposedly got over. And the moment she sees him, she blitzes over there and ditches the cock, the main character. And then this dude, all he can see is her run to him without any hesitation. She comes and gives him a little kiss like the cuck he is, and she leaves with another guy, and next week she's getting married to him. Oh my god, this dude is a loser, man. And then in the last pages, he's talking about I didn't read this Bobo. So he gets to the end, and she writes him a letter. And this letter is insane, by the way. She's just trying to talk about, oh, I know you forgive me, blah, 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 blah. Like, this dude is really a cuck. How is this shit a classic, bro? This dude, is this like the original cuck story? So anyways, the letter is talking about, oh, please forgive me. I know you'll forgive me because you love me. In fact, I want to bring my husband to meet you, who loves me so much. Oh my god. This is not real, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Reading this last part with the morning section, with the letter and everything, this shit was so hard. This is a hard read, man. I'm reading through this, and then in the end, he says something like, oh, he got like really mad and he held a grudge, and then he starts reproaching her or blah blah blah. But then at the end of his complaints, all of these like negative thoughts in his head, he switches up and he comes to his senses. Well, his senses, not my senses. He comes to his senses and he says, oh, never, never, may your sky be clear, may your sweet smile be bright and What are you talking about? She just cucked your ass, bro. What? So I've just basically read a book about a loser. I thought it was gonna be a happy ending or whatever, but I really spent 2 hours of my day just to read about some dude getting cucked and read it from his perspective. And this gave me hope too. I really thought she was about to switch up. You know, she saw the ex, or her current husband. She saw him. I thought she was gonna stop midway. No, I'm over him. And then go back to this cuck. No, she just goes to him, gives him a kiss goodbye, and leaves. That's it. That's what your whole life is worth. Oh yeah, I think that's gonna be the full review of this book. If any of you guys read and I'm missing some sort of profound meaning behind the book, let me know. And yeah, I hopefully will return with another review of hopefully a book that is not some cock shit. Okay, see you guys.